Shalom. This is Harawan by Nyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, right here in Jacksonville, Florida. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. I want to get into this article of current events that's been happening around the world. You have a major flood that's man-made flood that's going on in what's that, Kiev. All right, so I'm gonna read about it. And also you have an earthquake over there in Haiti around the same time, and this is all prophetic, that we were going to hear about these things going on around the world before the judgment upon this place, America, and before the deliverance. So let's get into the article. It says here, Ukraine dam. Tens of thousands are at risk, as you know, in Kherson region. Kiev says as flood peaks. All right. It says about 42,000 people are at risk from flooding on both sides of the Dnipro River after the destruction of Nova Kakhovka Dam. Right, and they're trying to say that it was Russia, but Russia's saying that it was Ukraine that did it. Ukrainian officials have said with flood waters expected to peak on Wednesday. All right. The prediction came after UN aid chief Martin Griffiths told the Security Council on Tuesday night that the dam breach will have grave and far-reaching consequences for thousands of people in southern Ukraine on both sides of the front line through the loss of homes, food, safe water, and livelihoods, man, right? Because that water, they said it's reaching up so high that it's going taller than a one-story house in some areas. So they got to get out of there. And also they're worried about radiation creeping in from buildups that were around the dam, all kind of fungus and mildews and toxicity. But then you have radiation, they said, that's still there from Chernobyl. And they said that can mix into the waters. All right, destroying also, so this could corrupt the water system, destroy irrigation systems, which would affect farming and food, going to Europe, and a lot of food comes from that area. So this was definitely intentionally done. So it's a dam that's broken, and they said it would take almost 5 years to fix. So this water is said that this water will subside a little bit, but in some areas it's going to pile up even higher. And that's what they're worried about. But this is judgment, man. This is judgment time. Most High is visiting the earth, and these people are unawares. All right, it's going to be more like this, especially in the midst of war. Anything can happen. So one of their militaries destroyed the dam and caused floods upon 42,000 residents and citizens. And then they're worried about a lot of the water from the dam was used to cool down their nuclear sites. They would use that to cool it down. And if it doesn't cool down, it will heat up and cause explosions. Nuclear explosions. So that's what this could possibly be leading to, man. It says Uh, the prediction came after. Right, so I'm gonna just go down. The sheer magnitude of the catastrophe will only become fully realized in the coming days, he said. One day after the dam disaster, the Ukrainian governor of Kherson region, Alexandra Prokudin, accused Russia of shelling the areas, killing one and injuring another. Prokudin did not provide further details, and the claim has not been independently verified. Right, they just putting stuff out there. It could have been anybody. Relief workers on the Ukraine-controlled right bank of the river have reported having to work under fire. Sheesh, they still gotta go to work, even though they're getting shot at by Russia. You know, the biggest difficulty right now is not the water, it's the Russians on the other side of the river who are shelling us now with artillery. Sheesh, it's going down over there, man. Said Andrew Negrich, who was coordinating relief efforts for a U.S. charity global empowerment mission on Tuesday. All right, so let's see what else they got in this article. At least 7 people are missing after dam blast, after it exploded. TASS, Russia's state news agency, cited the Moscow installed mayor of the city of Novokakhovka as saying on Wednesday, oh my goodness, they doing a lot of prolonged sentences in this joint. It said no flood-related deaths have been reported. All right, so that's good. Let me see. I'm gonna skip down on this. Right, so I'm gonna go to a different article, man. All right, right here. It says, Washington said it was uncertain who was responsible, but the deputy U.S. ambassador to the UN, Robert Wood, told reporters it would not make sense for Ukraine to destroy the dam and harm its own people, which we know that's how Esau, works. They're called false flags. In Kherson, about 60 kilometers, 37 miles downstream from the dam, water levels rose by 3.5 meters, 11.5 feet, like taller than a basketball court, on Tuesday. Sheesh. And by mid-afternoon, we're still rising by 6 centimeters to 8 centimeters every half hour in low-lying areas. According to hydrologist Larissa Muzian, who was taking depth measurements at Kherson street corner. Everything is submerged in water. All the furniture, the fridge, the food, all flowers, everything is floating. I do not know what to do, said resident Oskana, age 53, said when asked about her house. Residents were forced to slog through water up to their knees to evacuate, carrying plastic bags full of possessions and small pets and carriers, which is the usual process in a flood. Residents in flooded Novokakhovka on the Russian-controlled bank of the Dnipro told Reuters that some had decided to stay despite being ordered out. They say they are ready to shoot without warning, said one man, describing encounters with Russian troops. More and more water is coming every hour. It's very dirty. Yevgenia, a woman in Novokakhovka, told Reuters by telephone, right? Lord judging them Edomites, man. Ukraine's president Vladimir Zelensky has declared the destruction of the dam an environmental bomb of mass destruction. An environmental bomb of mass destruction. And said only liberating the entire country could guarantee against new terrorist attacks. All right, so this is going down, man. Let me see if there's anything else on here. As Kiev prepares for its long-awaited counter-offensive, some military analysts said the flooding could benefit Russia by slowing or limiting any Ukrainian advance along that part of the front line. All right, so it's a back and forth, and the people are caught in the middle of it. All right. So, let me see. He said what? At that point he said, environmental bomb of mass destruction. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, and we're hearing about it. We're hearing about it through the media, through the unicorn, the internet. All right. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, you see that? So there's commotion going on around the world between these nations, like China flying their jet real close to a spy surveillance plane with America, and now they're talking about going to war over it. So you got Russia speaking of going nuclear. All right. So things are heating up. That's commotion. It says, be not terrified. The Lord's saying, don't be fearful of that. A lot of people see these things happening on the earth and they're like, oh man, they're scared. But us, we're anticipating it. We're waiting for it. We're watching. That's what the Lord told us to watch. He's turning back our captivity right before our eyes. Be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. So these things have to happen first as a build up to World War III. And as the elect get prepared, according to Revelation 7, he told the angels to touch not the earth, neither the sea, nor any tree, till the elect of the Lord are sealed in their forehead. Excuse me. All right, but when ye shall hear of wars, we're hearing of wars with Russia, Ukraine, over in Kiev or whatever, and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So still got some time, man. You see they building up with their system. They're pushing the charagma, going digital. So there's still a lot of prophecy that got to come to pass. But once they switch to the digital or FedNow system and they make everything mandatory, everything will start moving quicker. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. So we're seeing the nations rising up against each other, right? We're seeing kingdom against kingdom. Like nations like those Ukrainians rising up against Russia. But then you have kingdom against kingdom, like Russia against America, and China against America. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, man. So you got earthquakes happening, like right here. It says here on ABC News, 4.9 magnitude quake strikes southern Haiti. 4 are dead, which from the reports that I read, there's more people than that. And dozens are injured. All right, so that's right, man. You got earthquakes happening. Right? It's a time of judgment. It says Port-au-Prince, Haiti. It's the Levites. An earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 4.9 struck southern Haiti early Tuesday, killing at least 4 people and injuring 36 others, authorities said. The quake struck before dawn, right, when people was probably asleep, near the southwestern coastal city of Jeremy, at a depth of 6 miles, 10 kilometers, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. I thought the whole house was going to fall on top of me. A World Food Program official in Jeremy said. He told the Associated Press by phone. 2 homes collapsed in the quake, and a key route that connects Jeremy and Les Cayes was blocked, according to Haiti's Civil Protection Agency. All right, so I ain't gonna get into the whole article, but you see, there's a lot of commotion on the earth. There were so many people out on the street and a lot of panic. That's what people are going to do. They're going to panic. They walk around like they got everything together. But as soon as all hell break loose, you're going to see a lot of people panicking. And he recalled of the moments after the quake struck. So these are major events that are happening, man. All right, so verse 11, Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, meaning different places, different areas. And famines and pestilences. So you got famines happening, meaning what? Food shortages. Just like over in Ukraine, they're saying because of the irrigation system, that could bring a what? Famine. All right, because the flood is destroying the irrigation system, which a lot of that food comes from southern Ukraine, and it goes out to Europe. And it can cause a famine. And pestilences, what's that? Toxicity, plagues, right? And we know about the plagues that's being pushed around the world. I'll say that. And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven, man. Like supernovas, strawberry moons that just passed the strawberry moon. You have comets, you have meteor showers that's happening, meteors striking the earth in one area. These are signs that are coming from heaven. All right, it says, police say, this is an article from CBS News in Philadelphia. Police say possible meteor strikes a home in the hopeful town of New Jersey. So you got meteors hitting people's houses, man. A metallic object believed to be a meteorite, struck the roof of a home Monday in Hopewell Township, New Jersey, police said. The incident happened at a home located on Old Washington Crossing, Pennington Road, just after 1 p.m. Police said no injuries were reported. All right, it says what? Sun activity. Signs in the sun, moon, and the stars. Signs in the heavens. It says confirmed CME arrival overnight on June 7th to the 8th, man. So there's going to be another coronal mass ejection. So you can expect allergies, right? Extreme heat, weather, the weather changing, storms. Because space weather affects the earth weather. All right. So those signs in the sun, moon, and stars, that's going to affect the weather upon the earth. And, you know, Esau, they can use that for their agenda. All right. It is now confirmed that the coronal mass ejection, that means sun flares or holes in the sun that's facing the earth shooting out fire at the earth, man, and radiation. It says we're expecting will arrive on June 8th overnight, June 7th to the 8th for Western Europe and the Americas. And they said the new way to tell storms, they said the storms used to, Like hurricanes, they used to heat up on the coast of Africa and then come over here to America, and you have like 7 days to prepare. 5 to 7 days or 8 days to prepare. But now something new is happening to where storms and tropical storms are developing right on the coast of America. And now something has changed, which Esau is the prince of the power of the air, messing with the elements, what they call the harp, HAARP. Well, whatever. They said these storms can heat up in a day. So people only have like 2 days to prepare now. It's called a new form of weather research and preparation. So they said it would be like 2 days for people to prepare now instead of 5 to 7 days for a hurricane, a major hurricane. So it'd be right there on the coast. So these are the times we're coming into, man. Some scary times. It says the sun hurled the CME, the coronal mass ejection, into space on June 4th via an exploding filament, a hole in the sun. On its southwest limb or edge, a component of this CME will give Earth a glancing blow, perhaps bringing G1 minor geomagnetic conditions, and it goes into Revelation 16, man. All right, with the sun. Conditions and resulting auroras. So we are waiting while the sun itself for now is exhibiting only low-level flaring. All the sunspots on the Earth side of our star are stable or in decay. All right, Revelation 16:8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun. So this is going to get worse and worse as we move towards Judgment Day. They're going to keep messing with the sun, keep spraying chemtrails in the air, which reflect the sun rays back at itself, what they call trying to cool the earth. It says, and Bill Gates got something coming up where he's trying plan to be blocking the sun rays. And power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of Yahweh, which had power over these plagues, and they repented not. They repented not to give him glory. All right. So let's get this real quick. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun, man. See that? Signs, man. Signs to look for. Activity, commotion. They show you the Most High stirring things up. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. All right. Blood moons, red moons, strawberry moons. And in the stars, meteor showers, supernovas. And upon the earth, distress of nations, man. All right. Just like with Ukraine and Russia on the earth. So there's chaos with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring, man. Why? Because there's going to be explosions and hurricanes, dams breaking, floods. It says what? And men's hearts failing them for fear, man. So they're going to be so fearful seeing everything that's coming upon the earth. All right. And that's why the scriptures say that. Let me get that real quick. All right. Ecclesiastes 12:5. And this is ultimately when the destruction begins to hit this place, Babylon, America. Ecclesiastes 12:5. And when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way, man. See that? That's why men's heart are going to fail them for fear of looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Not only meaning what they say heart attacks, but we know the heart represents your mind, your la'ab. So that means their mind, meaning that pride, their thoughts, they're going to go crazy. They're going to bug out in fear. All right? Panic. strong-minded individuals gonna start breaking down. People that have plans, you know, agriculture, businesses, all their imaginations are gonna begin to fail. You know, what comes with that? What? Doubt. All right. So also one day shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way. Now, you got a path that you're going down, but your worst fear is ahead of you. All right, and people starting to see it. Yeah, I see the World War III breaking. Yeah, I heard about China. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to hear what you got to say about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Everybody's still holding on to their beliefs. They repented not to give the Lord his praise. They still don't want to praise Yahweh Shem Yahushai, acknowledge him. It says, and the almond tree shall flourish, meaning prophecies, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, meaning the smallest thing can tilt the scale and bring this whole system down. And desire shall fail, man. There you go. That's what it's talking about. Their hearts failing them for fear. So much fear, they're going to panic. Because man goeth to his long home. What's your long home? In the heavens. You know, we live a short life on the earth. And when we're in the spirit realm, for some time, I'll say that. All right. And then you come back to the earth through reincarnation. The long home represents the spirit realm. And the mourners go about the streets. All right. Luke 21:26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. See, it should make sense. They're seeing everything happening. And it's happening upon the earth now. It says, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right. And that goes twofold, meaning these powerful kingdoms, these people, they're going to be shaken. But ultimately, this is talking about the sun, moon, and the stars, meaning the earth going to reel to and fro from the destruction that's coming. All right. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, see the beginning, then look up. So when they switch to that digital system and they start bringing out the charagma, the Lord said, look up, lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Things gonna start moving quick. Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity or wickedness shall abound on this earth, man, even with Russia, they're wicked. Ukraine is wicked. You see what I'm saying? China, America. The love of many shall wax cold, man. See that? People hate each other on this earth. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And so you got to endure all of this to the end. And don't bug out. Don't start getting fearful. Don't start doubting. All right, overthinking it. Just stay the course. Stay focused. Because it's called a breakdown of a society. And as this society breaks down, the Lord telling us, make sure we gird up our loins, our minds, like men of the Lord, and don't break down with it. Stand upon our foundation in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and the truth. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. See? And that's what we're doing right now. This gospel is being preached unto all nations through what? The internet. And then shall the end come. See, it's not about the atrocities on the earth. It's about the elect waking up. Once the elect wake up, the sealed number that the Lord has planned, that's when all the prophecy is going to kick real fast. 2 Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, right? So we're measuring the times according to the prophecies, matching it up with the precepts, all right? Like a measurement to warn the people, saying, hey, it's getting closer. Judgment day is getting closer. If they don't see it, we show them that the prophecies are happening according to the scriptures, and that the Most High is visiting the earth. It says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou shalt see part of the signs pass, we're starting to see that. Part of the signs are coming to pass, the prophecies. Signs in the heavens, the sun, the moon, the stars, distress upon the earth. The Lord said, but this is not the end yet. But they're past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. So the Lord is blessing us with understanding that it is the very same time wherein the Most High will begin to visit the world which he made. How do we know? He's visiting. It says what? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people. Right? See, there's uproars around the earth and war, and rumors of wars and earthquakes. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, meaning prophesied. All right, prophecy. So the Lord is visiting the earth. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of armies with what? Thunder. It comes from weather, space weather affecting the earth's weather, right? And with earthquakes. So the Lord is visiting when you see these earthquakes and great noise, with storm and tempest, with hurricanes, and the flame of devouring fire, man. And that's going to be World War III. All right. So, and ultimately, Yahushua is going to bring his own fire from the Heavenly Father with the holy angels. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it. It says what? Verse 7. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, which represents Judah, or Israel, if you want to call it that, even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision, man. All right, so all these nations are going through hell right now. You know, the tables are turning, but we still got the time of Jacob's trouble that's coming. That's going to heat up. All right, Luke 12:49, I am come to send fire upon the earth, and what will I, if it be already kindled, man? So the fire is already being kindled before Yahushua shows up and bring his own fire. All right, so he said, what will I, meaning, what do you think my will is, if it's already kindled upon the earth? Meaning he coming to bring more fire. It's going to heat up into destruction. All right, so this is just the beginning, man. And he said, those that endure to the end shall be saved. And we're going to hear what? All right, Matthew 26:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right, so I'm ended there. And his topic was based upon the floods over there in Ukraine, which is, we should be hearing about that in a few days. It's going to be the main topic on the news, which they probably going to use that to cover up some other underlying scheme that they're pushing, maybe. But you got that situation over there in Ukraine is major, because the dam breaking is different than the dam being destroyed, and that water settling in these residential areas and business areas, and messing up the agriculture, messing up the water, messing up the electrical system, you know, drowning people, poison, toxic radiation, because that's a heavy radiated country, and toxicity and labs and shit like that. And then you got Chernobyl from before. They got radiation still laying around. And then you have the nuclear sites that need to be cooled down from this water, and that was in the dam, and now they could heat up and explode. So it's a lot on the table right now that they're all worried about over there. All right, so with that, and then you got the Haiti earthquakes. All right, it's gonna be more to come. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.